Bum 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 bum
Drama.
bum.
Action. Comedy. Palace intrigue. Story Squad presents Clash of the Pencils. All right, welcome everybody to a cold, blustery, windy evening here in Milford, Delaware. We've got some great Clash of the Pencils action for you tonight. Will Slam show up and defend their weekly title? Will they finally be able to break out of second place? Will Slice and Raccoon Toos get back in the saddle after a couple tough weeks? Or is a newcomer going to come play spoiler? Also, a big night from Green 18. Answers to all those questions and more from coming to you live at the Clash of the Pencils nightly live stream, the most watched creative writing esport league live stream in the history of the internet. I am your host, Tom Sherman. We're here as we are every weeknight to review the top 3 short story submissions from around the net, get the latest scores, see who's atop the leaderboard, and of course, review the top 5 sentences of the night. So a quick reminder for all you folks out there how to play. At the end of every live stream, what we'll do is we will find out what the next prompt of the following day is. All you have to do is handwrite a quick short story in response to this prompt, snap a picture, turn it in, and then boom, you're in the game. With a chance to win one of these, an IOU NFT. And that's right, this week we are giving away number 50 out of 10,000. So lots of interesting stuff there going on this week. Epic tales to be had in order to take home number 50. So every day we field anywhere between 0s and 10s of submissions, which then get run through a high-tech data science algorithm known as Storybot 3000, which uses, among other things, physics to analyze every story. We then take the top 3 picks from Storybot's selection and let you, the public, vote on them to determine tonight's winner. Alongside me today, we do not have Greg, the reader Peterson. He is actually out on assignment, as he likes to do on Mondays, and that is film his passion documentary about the bees of the Antarctic. So we will hopefully see the reader back tomorrow. So beyond that, let's just show everybody again real quick what everyone's playing for tonight, and that is an IOU NFT. This is a unique, exclusive 1 out of 10,000 NFT that's actually an IOU for a future NFT from an upcoming 10,000 drop from Story Squad. And although the current estimated cash value of the IOU NFT is $100 US, that's not the full value of NFTs. Think of NFTs like keys to the future. Right now, as humans, we interact with businesses and organizations much like ants might their queen, slaving away day in and day out for resources to give to the queen so that she may survive. NFTs turn this one-directional relationship into a community partnership. Owning NFTs of organizations will allow those owners special perks like early access to future products, exclusive content behind paywalls, and access to the inner community. Not only that, but NFTs are transferable, allowing owners to sell at a premium, which in turn appreciate all other NFTs held by community members. So NFTs are part art, part online identity, part admission to a virtual country club, part crypto speculation, part generational wealth, and all real, baby. Yeah, and let me tell you, we have 16 unique NFT holders right now. Some of those people have won multiple games, Slice, Raccoon, Toos, to name a few. Like, you want to get these now. I cannot emphasize that enough. Now is the easiest time, even though the competition is already stiff. Now is the best time to dip your toe in the water, get some of these NFTs before it's too late and there's too many people competing and you just get boxed out. You always have a chance any given weekday here on Clash of the Pencils to come away with some NFT glory. So yeah, that's about that. Let's just get into this. I mean, we saw the writing prompt for today. A little fuzzy creature the size of a human fist appears before you and eats all your chocolate wafers. So we definitely have some characters. We have a little bit of a plot tension here. I mean, a little fuzzy creature eating your chocolate wafers. That can't be fun for anybody, except for, of course, the creature. And then no setting, so to speak of. So interesting, sort of a wide open area for the authors to run with there. Obviously, the daily and weekly leaderboard are empty because it is the first day of the Gregorian week. And let me tell you, Gregorian weeks are for suckers. So anyways, let's get into it. Shan't we? So the first story of the night we'll play from the newcomer here to the stage named Ehud. There wasn't much Ferdinand wouldn't do to slay the dragon and steal the creature's vast accumulation of wealth. He'd hiked mountains and vales, dehydrated in deserts, sopping in storms. He'd fought off the orcs of Zwingli and seen the cephalopodian feast of the forbidden nectar. Now here he stood, a small furry creature the size of a fist appearing before the dragon, only planned to lift each massive gold plate one by one out of the lair. Like stealing chocolate wafers from a baby, it only took Ferdinand 65 years to complete his task. Retiring from knighthood, the next day he had a heart attack. All right, so a valiant hero lets nothing stop him from reaching his final goal to slay the dragon and take the dragon's treasure, and now plans to overwork himself to death in order to reap that dragon's treasure. So an interesting story here from Ehud. This right here is what we like to call the Sussex County S'more, and that is we like to drag these three marshmallows of the plot, character, and setting, drop them on a nacho cheesy Dorito, and then sandwich another little nacho cheese Dorito on there and just eat it up. That's what we do in Sussex County, Delaware. It's delicious. I highly recommend it. And it's a great way to analyze stories too. Who knew? So, all right. So, you know, I enjoyed this. It was an interesting start with the double negatives on the character. There's nothing he wouldn't do. Describes all these epic tales and sort of really sets the scene as this big epic adventure. And then the plot, interestingly, kind of fizzles out where the character has done all these epic adventures. He gets to the final goal, to the dragon's lair, and then just stops, right? And then instead of taking on the dragon in this epic battle culmination, it's kind of like going in and sneaking out these plates one by one until finally retiring and dying. The excitement, the passion, it kind of turns into this mundane grind. It's just an interesting sort of plot tension as well. I don't know. I wish this is where the reader really excels here. I thought the character was interesting. I didn't get why they decided to change the tact of this head-on adventure, and then all of a sudden, this passive sort of slowly steal the coins. I don't get why the character did that. I wish I could see a little bit more from Ehud on that character development. And same sort of thing with the setting. It was great at setting it up, and then the last 65 years, I didn't even get a description of the Dragon Cave at all. So I thought it was a solid, well-balanced story where the plot, characters, and setting definitely were all in unison with each other. But they were pretty broad, and maybe not even in that outer inner sector, maybe just all the way out, just a little broad. And good start though. Good start to the week. Good start to the night. Good start to the podium. So we'll see how Racontus now responds. What was that? I don't know. Sounds like it came from the cabinet. Open it up. No, you open it up. Chicken. It sounds little. Little like how? Maybe it's a mouse? Sounds like a raccoon. It's not a raccoon. How do you know? What's even in there? Like food? Yeah. Some ramen crackers? Those chocolate wafers? Not my chocolate wafers! Oh, now you care. That's it. I'm going in. Careful, you're going to scare it. Oh, look at the little guy. Let's keep him. Okay, I guess. What does he eat? Duh, chocolate wafers. Yeah, I know he does. And now we don't have any. What else does he eat? Pretty sure just chocolate wafers. Aw. Well, I guess we're going to the store. Okay, an overheard conversation between two individuals regarding what the noise from inside the cabinet could be. After much deliberation, the cute critter is discovered eating all of their chocolate wafers. And now a trip to the store is now in order to feed their newfound pet. So let's see. I mean, I thought this was I loved this sort of like second person view, right? It was very cool. Felt like I was with the mouse inside the cabinet, like overhearing this argument from outside the cabinet of the people peering in, deciding what to do. So in that regard, I think setting was very strong. I think it might have been able to be a little bit stronger if maybe some of the conversation were a bit more muffled, or if that was the point of the conversation, you know, or if that was actually the scene that was being set. There, you know, since it was such a strong setting, and since it was from that second person view, the characters and the plot aren't really going to be as strong. I mean, I'm not really sure what the tension was. You know, there was the sort of you open it, no, you open it kind of tension. The characters, you know, they were there, but they just never really got too developed. So this was definitely a strong. Oh, and that onomatopoeia that also goes in with the setting, right? That just like really driving the story, adding that third character of the mouse into the mix, almost responding to the other dialogue. So very cool. An interesting triangle that gets formed here as well. A little bit lopsided, but really that setting driving home an interesting story. And now it's up to Slice. So let's see what Slice has to say here, according to the prompt. For the past 2 years, everyone I know has been hysterical except for me. It all started early one morning after Murray went downstairs to investigate a giggle. He responded so uproariously that he woke Baba and me. We ran down to see what our son was making so much noise about. What we saw would change America forever. In the pantry, an animal about the size of a rat, but rotund with longer fur that shot out symmetrically from it, as if just zapped by static, scarfed Oreos. Its fur had some spots, like a leopard, except in orange and purple. Its puppy dog eyes watched us as it reached for another Oreo with a smile as big as Texas. It chortled, which made us howl with delight. After a minute, Baba and Murray kept laughing, I noticed. Baba ran to Babette's room to show her. The tired girl was carried down by her mom and burst upon seeing the thing. Baba then went to the neighbors, unable to speak, still laughing too hard, and brought them to our house to catch the laughing flu. I named it Abbott. No one else could get a word out. A more savvy person than I would have seized this hysteria for a chance to get rich, but as the laughter kept rolling like a downhill snowball, I quickly got scared. Not just that I didn't get the joke, but that people were debilitated. Baba and other neighbors skipped work. School was canceled for Babette, Murray, and the other kids. Everyone sat home just thinking of Abbott and laughing.
The mayor seemed unaffected, like me, and issued a mask mandate for Abilene citizens. All were required to hide their joy behind a frowny face mask to slow the spread of laughter over Abbott. People were even given experimental laughter vaccines, which proved as ineffective as the masks. The laughter was here to stay, whether it was a cackle, a snicker, a snort, a titter, or tee-hee. Yesterday, I got all the Oreos from the store and took Abbott for a ride. We got to the border, and I threw him over the river into Mexico. I could live with persistent hysteria, not Oreo thieves. I stopped for milk on the way home, giggling.
A small furry Oreo thief causes hysteria, first in a home, then neighborhood, and onward. The narrator concerned about being left out of the joke as well as the social mayhem this furry flu is causing. The mayor seems to be unaffected as well and implements a mask mandate with frowns on the masks so people stop laughing. Eventually, no end is in sight, and the narrator throws the funny furry flu Abbott over the border to Mexico to stop all the Oreo thievery, but perhaps starting an international crisis. Wow. What a story, what a tale here from Slice. Where to begin is is really I would say it's pretty much character driven, right? Between the narrator and Abbott, and then we also have family, we've got friends, we've got neighbors. This gets into the mayor, so a lot of characters in there and a lot of depth throughout some of these things. I thought that the unaffected person, the narrator, as well as the mayor, like not getting it, like not having a sense of humor at all. I thought that was pretty funny, actually. This sort of metaphor for the current coronavirus, and like, we talk about hysteria, but normally when we say hysteria, we think of like that in a scared, negative connotation. And so this was taking it in a hysterical, funny connotation. And it's just kind of interesting to think about, what if that's what was occurring with the pandemic? Was it instead of negative effects to the health system, it was creating negative effects but through comedy? That would be, I don't know, it's just a weird juxtaposition. I enjoyed thinking through that a bit. The whole frown on the mask to make people not laugh, I think that would actually be very comical, especially seeing people's eyes, and you can see people are smiling and laughing, but then have this frown on their face. That also reminded me to put my Greg the Reader Peterson hat on, of a short story called Harrison Bergeron, which is a great little tale about a person they're in some sort of society, but they have to keep wearing uglier and uglier masks and wear more and more weights on them, so as to make sure no one is feels ugly or something. I don't know. I'm not really sure what it was all about, but that definitely reminded me of it. My main question is what are the Oreos? Like I can read some of this symbolism through to parallels to our current pandemic situation, but what is the thieving? What is the virus taking from us that is our equivalent to Oreos? Where if we can just throw this virus out and then get back to doing what we loved, which was eating Oreos, and yet now having a little giggle here or there. So throw out the virus, get back to doing blank while still having a cold flu virus, coronavirus, here and there. What is that blank? That's what I want to know personally. Not sure that was made completely clear. The setting was good. I mean, we had a house, we had the town. it kind of got bigger and bigger. So my main issue with the plot, although I think there was a fair amount of tension there, just from not only the virus and what to do with it, and then the mask mandates and all this sort of it was building and snowballing. Um, my main question though is, or what I would have liked to see is the tension of this thing still stealing Oreos, because that was lost. That was in the very beginning. It was stealing Oreos and made everyone laugh, but then by the end, it wasn't funny that it was stealing too many Oreos, so they had to throw it out. And then this narrator that says throughout multiple times that they're immune to the whole virus, they find that funny, which is interestingly enough a bit funny. So I don't know. There's a lot of layers here, and I'm kind of getting lost down a funny flu hole here. So I'm just gonna withdraw and say great story from Slice. Really would have made Greg the Reader Peterson's head spin. I could see it now. And unfortunately, he'll just have to wait until he gets back from filming those bees in Antarctica to see that story. So yeah, look at this. Some interesting triangles here. Looks like Slice and Racontus, according to my analysis at least, should be pretty good in the way of winning this title for the day. But as you folks know, that's all completely meaningless. I just need to hit this update leaderboard button here and then refresh on this page to actually reveal what the public thought, the voting public thought, and that's who will win the NFT. So without further ado, let's hit refresh and see what's happening, what is going through the minds of the internet. And wow, look at that. Ehud taking down the day with 165 points. Meanwhile, Slice in second with 125, and Racontus coming in third with 115. Meanwhile, Joanna Man and Jabberwocky both picking up points. So off to the races we are, and still, of course, anyone's game for the week as well as the next few days to come. But congratulations to Ehud winning that NFT. So here's tomorrow's writing prompt. The wind started blowing, the skies grew dark, and out of the sky fell blank. Wow, anything could happen here. I mean, we've got a little bit of setting insofar as there seems like a storm, but otherwise, plot, character, even setting, it's all wide open. Anything could happen here, folks. So definitely get out there, get those pencils sharpened, and start writing away, because you've got 20 hours left to submit as of the recording of this live stream. So before we get going too much, let's just do one of our favorite moments of the night, the top 5 sentences of the day. So from number 5, Joanna Man, a mole, a rat, a gremlin. A story about 2 people trying to figure out what exactly one of them was holding in their hands. Number 4 from Ehud, like stealing chocolate wafers from a baby, it only took Ferdinand 65 years to complete his task and retire from knighthood. Kind of the turning point in that story where you realize the adventurer is now adventureless. Number 3 from Slice, a more savvy person than I would have seized this hysteria for a chance to get rich, but as the laughter kept rolling like a downhill snowball, I quickly got scared. Great sentence there, especially that last part kind of starts rolling downhill like a snowball. I quickly got scared. That picks up a lot of momentum, from the first clause's plateau, if you will. So great linguistic dancing there by Slice. Number 2 from Racontus, That onomatopoeia driving the story, driving the plot, driving Racontus into the top 3 tonight. Unfortunately, not taking that top slot home. And the number 1 sentence of the night coming from Storybot 3000, interestingly enough. Happy birthday, Green 18. Would you look at that? It must be Randall Cobb's birthday, because Storybot 3000 is wishing Green 18 a happy birthday. So from all of us here at Story Squad, happy birthday out there to Green 18. Hope you're having a good one, resting up and making sure that hand is warmed up for tomorrow so that you can get back in here and win some more NFTs. So, yeah, that wraps up another edition of the Clash of the Pencils nightly live stream. And until next time, we'll see you folks out on the paper. Did your favorite story of the night win? It didn't? That's weird. Did you vote? You didn't? Huh. I wonder if that could be related. Anyone can vote. You don't need a Clash of the Pencils account. Just head over to clash.storysquad.app. The link's in the description. Any Monday to Friday in the 2 hours before the live stream starts. Read the top 3 picks from Storybot 3000 and make your voice heard on who should win the NFT. Be a good citizen. Help overthrow the powers that be by voting, specifically in the Clash of the Pencils app every night.